Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to yet another Steam weekend sales and deals video. So we have a lot of new sales here. Every weekend Steam does big sales from Thursday to Monday. So things have started. We have new deals. So let's get into this. I've picked 10 games once again, different genres. So first up we have F1 Manager 2022. Now I believe this might be on a new low. Previously, I'd seen this at 67% off or 80%, 70% something. This time it's 80%. So this has just dropped to its newest low. And this is the management sim with the real F1 licensed cars, FIA licensed cars. It's 70%, so just positive. And at this price, I think it might be worth a look if you are into F1 and if you want to manage your own team and things like that. So 80% off, 459 in India, $11, £9, 12.59 Canadian, 11 euros, and 389 in the Philippines. Next is another newer game. This is Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. So this is a turn-based style game in the Warhammer 40k setting where you play as the Grey Knights. I have this game, I have played this game and covered it briefly. I think I streamed it or not, I can't remember. But it's a decent game, well-made game. It's made by Frontier Foundry, so their games are usually well-made. It was a little on the expensive side, but now it's starting to get some sales, and now this is 50% off. Still a little on the pricey side, but more reasonable. 909 in India, $22.49, 17 pounds and 49 pence, 22.49 euros, 25 Canadian, 32 in the Australian region. So if you are a Warhammer fan, this is a pretty good game. Even if you're not into Warhammer 40k, it's still a very good turn-based XCOM style game. So worth a look. I have put in like 10-12 hours into it, so I'll hopefully try and play more of it. Now this weekend, we have a bit of a Lovecraftian theme on Steam. So you can see here Lovecraftian Days. So I've picked a few games that sort of fit into this theme. So first we have Forgive Me Father. So this is a FPS in a sort of comic book art style, you could say, similar to something like 13 from back in the day. And this is a good game. It was in early access, recently got its full release. So this is 30% off, 616 in India, $14, 11.89 pounds, 14 euros. It's a well-made game, looks good, got good reviews, 82% here. So continuing with the Lovecraftian theme, we have Call of Cthulhu. So a more of a horror detective style game. And this is very cheap once again, 75% off, 200 in India, $5, 4.49 in the UK, 6.49 Canadian, and 5 euros. And also going to mention Darkest Dungeon, although it's not technically in the Lovecraftian theme, but there are elements, and of course it is included in this thing here on Steam, and it's one of my favorite games. Turn-based tactic style game, rogue-like and very difficult, a lot of RNG, but also very satisfying with the amazing narration as well. One of my all-time favorite games. I've made videos, guides, etc. So 85% off, 165 in India, $374, 314 pounds, 487 Canadian, 367 in the Euro region. This was free from Epic a while ago. So if you have been picking up games from Epic, especially the early days, you should have this. If not, it's quite cheap here. Now there's an ancestral version which includes all the other DLCs, but I'll quickly go over this. I go over this every time I make a video. So you get these two free. Butcher Circus, this is a PvP mode. Musketeer is a hero class. This is free. Then you have Crimson Court, which is like a new area dungeon. This is a bit more advanced. You can skip this if you're buying it for the first time. Shieldbreaker's another hero, very useful once you level her up. So again, not expensive, so you can get that. Color of Madness is once again another area, not too difficult. You can get it if you want, but if you just get the base game, you'll get these two free anyway, and you could pick up the Shieldbreaker. That would be enough to get started. Once you get into the game, if you like it, then you can pick up the rest. Next, we have a game called Beyond Contact. So I like to pick out some smaller, not so well-known games. This is a survival open world crafting where you are on an alien planet and you have to survive, I guess, build bases. And generally, the reviews are saying this is a more relaxing survival style game. It looks good, music is good as well from what I've seen. And it was also in early access and it's got a release recently. The reviews, as you can see, are 68% mixed, which is basically just a little off being positive. At 70, it becomes positive. So it might be worth a look or just watch some videos and see if you are into this sort of thing. So this is 34% off, 302 in India, $989, 791 pounds, and 989 euros. Another game from last year that was quite good from what I've heard is Soulstice. Now, if you look at the name Soul in it, you might think this is a Souls-like game, but this is actually more of a spectacle fighter, hack and slash, something similar to DMC, for example. And I've seen some good reviews for this one. People who have played this have said that this is a little different and it's interesting. Some basically there are like two sisters. One is like a spirit who's like joined with the other one, and you have to work and fight together or something like that. So Italian made game from what I understand. So looks interesting and it's a newer game, good reviews as well. And this is 30% off, $629 in India, $28, $24.49 in the UK, and $31.84 in the Canadian region. Now I mention these games not just to tell you to buy them, but just to mention something that you may not have heard of, and you can put it on your wish list, and then if it's something that you like, you can pick it up when it's at the right price for you. So this only came out in September last year. Now another game that I have played not too long ago is Endzone: A World Apart. I believe once again this was in early access when I bought it and played it, but now it's got its full release. So this is once again a survival city builder. Now this is a genre that I've recently enjoyed a lot more, especially with things like Frostpunk. So with all these games, there's something that has happened and gone wrong, and you're trying to rebuild society. So in this one, I think there was like nuclear war or something. There's radiation everywhere, and you have to build your settlement near a water source and make sure the water is clean and stuff like that. And you can see here the construction is very basic. It's like a shanty town. So yeah, you have to be worried about, I think, the radiation. There's like radiation rain as well. So you have to take care of that, filter the water. But it's got a nice look to it, and I liked it from the little that I played. And it's not an expensive game either. So this is 70% off for the base game, $9, 209 in India, 779 in the UK, and 11.99 in Canada. Now there are more DLCs, I think either they have come out or coming out. So there's one free, and there's one called Prosperity and Distant Places. So they're all here and on sale. I think there was one more coming out, I can't remember. Next is Vaporum. So another game that I have bought and played recently. This is a grid-based dungeon crawler with a, you could say, diesel punk setting, whatever punk it is, like, mechanical stuff. And yeah, it was surprising because I've not played games like this, but it was interesting and I liked it. So you basically are like a man who's just washed ashore near this strange tower. You go inside, you're given a suit. Like there are two types of suit that you pick up. Steampunk, I think steampunk is called. And you just walk in, fight the creatures. Of course, you get a bit of lore as to what this is, who was here before. And you basically move in like one square, one grid at a time and fight the creatures. Puzzles to solve, doors to unlock, go from here, go from there, upgrade your weapons. It's got an RPG element as well. For me, this was a new experience, so I liked it. And it's also quite cheap, so I thought I'll mention it here. 80% off, 113 in India, $4, 3 pounds, 439 Canadian, 4 euros, 100 in the Philippines, 579 in Australia. There's a sequel called Vaporum Lockdown. You could get the bundle if you want, but try the first game, see if it's your kind of thing, and then you can pick it up as well. Both are on sale frequently. I think I bought this in January and I've already seen it on sale for 3-4 times since. And now we have a new game, brand new release. This is Supplice. So I played the demo during one of those Steam Next Fest things last year, and this is of course a boomer shooter retro style, and I liked it. Not as much as something like Iron Fury or something, but this was still fun. As you can see here, it's got the same old 90s style FPS thing. Now this is out in early access right now on the 6th of April. So basically just yesterday. So yeah, if you are into these sort of games, check it out. You could wait until it gets its full release. At the moment, because it's just launched, there's only a small discount here, 15% off. Still not that expensive, 586 in India, 1274 dollars, 1087 pounds, and 1257 in the euro region. Of course, before I go, wanted to mention the big free game from Epic this week. It is Dying Light Enhanced Edition. In my opinion, one of the best first-person parkour games, probably the best first-person parkour game, because we don't have that many. I think Mirror's Edge might be the only other one. And a lot of fun here. So you are a guy in a quarantine zone, and you have to figure out what's going on. There's a zombie outbreak happened after like some sporting event, like an Olympics or something, and basically you learn parkour, you find melee weapons, you craft other things, and basically fight the zombies. At night, the zombies get even more scary. I streamed the whole thing many years ago on this channel, so that you could still find the streams there. And there's some very interesting Easter eggs and things that you can do. It's also fully playable in co-op, so if you have like a friend who's leveled up and got high level weapons, you can invite them and they can give you their weapons, because that's how I played it, because the one or two guys on my stream who jumped in gave me like overpowered weapons, and I was able to make light work of the zombies. Also, wanted to give you another tip. There's a weapon called XP Caliber, which is, as the name suggests, a very powerful sword. You'll have to look it up on Google to see the location of it, but if you are playing it early on, that might be useful, and you can get a bonus good weapon early on. So if you are playing this game, look out for that. This is a well-known Easter egg. A lot of people have played this game. If you've never played this game, there are quite a lot of interesting things like this. So anyway, wanted to mention this. Make sure to pick it up. Great game. And yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.